As this sign says, welcome to Winona, Minnesota, which is where I am today on a date. So I'm going to be taking you here. Well, not here. That's the Sugar Loaf, which is a rock formation that does not look like sugar or a loaf. But here, in this building here, it's called Treasures Under Sugar Loaf. And before the date, I wanted to walk around Winona, show you around, show you this beautiful city, and hopefully you'll come along with. Hey, all you colorful sprinkles, I am back with another adventure. Let's dive right into this awesome city. One thing I love the most about Winona is these old buildings that are downtown. You can go down this main street and just see these beautiful architectural relics sitting here with their new business fronts, but you can kind of imagine what they once were. In fact, some of them say what they once were on the building. And my favorite building altogether here is this bank. It has incredible metal moldings around the edges. Oh, I just love this. Let's get a closer look over here. Just look at this gorgeous sculpture, this beautiful metal work on top of the building here. It's got an eagle and some little carvings, very ornate, tiny little details. It's amazing they put that into just a building that people pass by every day, but it really is a beautiful bank. Across the street from the bank is this Oddfellows building, and the way I know it's an Oddfellows building is this little sign on the side. It says Humboldt Lodge number 24. It's got a little symbol there. But the thing really hinting that it's an Oddfellows building is this, well, sign that says Oddfellows block. And if you don't know what the Oddfellows are, look them up. It's really interesting. Another one of my favorite stops when I'm in town is, of course, the local card store, which is going to be Jimmy Jams. I just love that name, which had this weird looking Pikachu in the back. It's kind of disturbing. I don't know what it's supposed to be. They also kind of shrunk down their Funko Pop collection, although they've made room for some new Frisbees, which is what they put in the old Funko Pop area. And of course, I had to check out their card selection as well because their Pokemon cards are pretty awesome. They have a little bit of Sword and Shield and a little bit of the Scarlet Violet era. And then in the display, they had some rare cards, which I love that Iono and that Miriam card. I want them all. Okay, I want the whole display. Anyway, I gotta get out of here before I spend too much money. And also I want to check out this A-Z Collectibles, which is right down the road. And I've never been able to catch it when it's open, but the sign on the side there says, yes, we're open. So let's head down the stairs and see what's in here. Lots of vinyl records. They have Broadway cast recordings. Chinese checkers on the wall here, some beautiful bowls and china sets and every version of Monopoly. I didn't even realize there were so many versions of Monopoly, but they have so many of them here. So if you are collecting Monopoly, definitely check this place out. Of course, I found the clown, and next to the clown was actually something quite interesting. If we pan over here, it's Mr. Peanut and Cookie Monster. This place had a lot of old board games that I'd never heard of before, but if you're a board game player and you like board games, maybe stock up here. Maybe this is the place to go because I've never seen some of these. The store had things stacked everywhere, and not all of it was neatly stacked, so you really have to dig in here to find what you're looking for. There are some nice displays though, like these soda bottles, and of course the clown shelf. I spotted the clown shelf. I like the one riding the pig. And this place is really old too. It's kind of neat to be in here. It's an old building. It's down a staircase. It kind of feels like a secret hidden treasure trove, and the whole back area is books as well. But like I said, they're all stacked so weird, it's kind of hard to find everything. How many of you have heard of the monorail game? Anyway, speaking of monorails, I gotta get out of here, but A little bit down the road is the courthouse, and the courthouse is also one of those beautiful architectural buildings that just really shines and makes this city so unique. And I just want to show you a couple more buildings down here. These really beautiful buildings. You can actually see they kind of have little patio things up here, and I wonder if you can go up on those and look out over the city. That would be really cool. And one last thing I want to show you, on top of the Pet Medical Center are these awesome cat heads just built into the molding at the top. I think that's a lovely little touch for the business. But let's head to the antique store real quick. I'm gonna look around before my date shows up, and then I will have to let you go, and maybe we'll do another video here next time. Right when I walked in the door, the first thing I saw were these Murano glass clowns. I believe they're the same ones that were there a while ago. They don't appear to have dropped in price any, but I don't see any of the Murano glass stickers on the shoes, which is usually where they'd be located, so they're not worth as much as they're selling them for. But let's keep going in and see what other goodies they have. I love these old work shelf tools and things. My grandpa used to have liquid wrench sitting on his little workbench. Got a lot of alcohol and Coca-Cola, a lot of old style, which very popular in Wisconsin. Speaking of having too much to drink, check out this guy. He's a little loopy, but for 60 bucks, I might have to take him home at some point. Now, here's something you don't see every day. Some steampunk animals, cats in the big posters, and then they have some other animals. These look like they were drawn on newspaper. Beautiful artworks. They have these up here, and look at the frames. Got all the gears. If you're spooky like me, you probably like some Halloween stuff. They have that too here. But one thing I saw out of the corner of my eye really struck my attention here. Over with these frogs was a vomit frog. Now, maybe you've heard of vomit clocks. If you haven't, look them up. They were made at some point, and I've never seen a vomit frog. Honestly, I've never seen a vomit thing other than the vomit clocks. I love this antique place just because of the sheer variety of objects they have there. Everything from unusual to just common housewares. And the occasional clown. They have some crisp potato chips from Red Dot. And honestly, that's not a terrible price for that tin. And this could be a good reminder to you to clean out your pantry if you've got some expired goods in there. Maybe just clean it out so it doesn't look like this. Unless you want it to look like that, in which I guess keep it. Somewhere there's probably a hotel missing all of these bottles. I've seen some trolls in the comments before, and I'm glad these ones get to stay here in this store because they're kind of creepy. Now I know what you're thinking, what's in the mystery bag? I'm thinking, I wonder if I can get this clown. Let's check out one more room before my date shows up. My favorite car is an Isotta Freshini Tipo 8A, but if no one wants to buy me that, I'll take this jalopy instead. They always have a nice clown section here too. I like looking through all their clowns. Unfortunately, none of them are porcelain dolls, which is what I collect. These are like just solid cast figures. And then they have this cool painting here. I like this, but it's not worth taking home. I already got enough art on my walls right now. Also, lots of M&M stuff. If you like M&Ms, I've never even seen the pink M&M before. That must be some sort of Easter thing. And then this is kind of cool. This has a movie cell in it. I think it's like a original film strip animation cell art for Speed Racer. And then of course you have the Flintstones mobile. Check that out. And then being in Winona, Minnesota, Watkins is also based out of here. So there's a lot of Watkins products they have. I don't know what this Beanie Baby's doing here, but a lot of old Watkins products. I'm not really one to buy religious iconography, but this is really cool. I like how this is all made out of wood. And then over here, they also have this Jesus felt painting. I love felt paintings. I'm always amazed at the different shapes of Jim Beam decanters. Like this one's a telephone. They have a donkey, an elephant, a fish, a camel, a guy with a hat. Now these aren't decanters, but these are trolls, and there are a lot of them. And if you are a troll collector, I know there's communities out there. They have a ton here, so maybe stop by. I'm going to put my phone down because my date has arrived, but I did want to show you this. I thought it was funny. It says, come play in the Miami of Minnesota. As someone from Florida, I don't think Winona is quite like Miami. It is, however, very beautiful, and I hope you enjoyed this week's video, though short. I enjoyed exploring Winona with you. And come back next week. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and a thumbs up if you like this video. I've got more adventures coming up and some really big news that I'm hoping I get to tell you in the next video. We'll find out soon. I'll see you next week.